and welcome to FinextraTV. I'm Liam Xavier, and you join us here at NextGen Nordics in Sweden. With me right now to talk about verification of payee is Paulo Barbosa, the COO of Banfico. Paulo, lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk about the VoP implementation deadline from last October. Seen as a bit of a success considering how fast it was. What can we learn about this and understand for the future of verification resilience and also RVM collaboration?
Yeah, so I think it was for sure a very big challenge. It was the first time that such a European-wide scheme was implemented. So RVMs like Banfico were key in making this a success. I think just a small number of PSPs decided to connect that directly to the scheme. So we'll take some merit for the rollout. And a lot of the success was done behind the scenes along with the European Payments Council in making sure that a lot of the issues that were that we found out as we were implementing VoP were fixed in a timely manner, and that conversation is still happening. So there's a very active group still looking at fixing some of the pending issues, and there's a new rule book version coming soon to address some of those issues. And at the same time, it's been a bit of co-opetition in the market. So RVMs are collaborating in some spaces, but still offering some technical options and integrations to meet the needs of the different PSPs in the market. So it's been quite interesting, and it's still a long way to go. And I think as on the regulatory side, there's a lot of fraud initiatives being designed in Brussels, which are part of this bigger fraud fighting strategy that is happening, and part of our mission is to continue to support European PSPs with their journey.
And a long way to go still, but in comparison to perhaps some other deadlines that the regulations have been coming out, instant payments for example, a little bit faster, would you say, in terms of implementation? So what can be learned from VoP and the deadlines we've had there in terms of looking at other regulations and how to speed them up, how to supercharge them, but also perhaps any lessons that you've learned around overcoming those obstacles?
Yeah, so again, I think the fact that RVMs were supporting banks with their compliance journeys, it's key. So naturally banks, because they are subject to other obligations, for them it's much harder to move. It's by nature they are less agile. So I think industry collaboration is something that is really important for the future regulations. And then the fact that RVMs are now leading this VoP implementation, and that this VoP will be part of a broader fraud fighting regulatory push, we must continue to be part of this conversation and be part of the solution for the banks. And I hope that the future regulations will not have such short deadlines, but if that's the case, we're happy to support the PSPs.
And you mentioned the future regulation there. What is the future for verification of payee at the moment, now that we've made this slight change? There's still a way to go. What is left to go? And I guess, is there any chance that we're going to have to redo the regulation again?
So there are, for example, the payment service regulation will bring some, will enlarge the scope of the verification of payee mandate. So it will be enabled in other type of currencies, for example. And then the VoP itself is being adopted in different parts of the world. So call it confirmation of payee in Canada or confirmation of payee in the UK, but the same functionality is being adopted across different regions. So I think that the challenge that we took upon ourselves is to connect these different regulations. So today we are already supporting global IBAN name checks or account verification services across the globe. And this is also a requirement at some of these international forums. So recommendation 16, the travel will mandate these verification checks to be done globally. And VoP, the European VoP, will be part of a bigger story. So this challenge is something that we are already, supporting today, but it will be part of the regulatory requirement for the banks in the near future as well.
Very interesting, and lots to watch out for there. So Thanks for providing some context and some insights, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you.